Audis slammed through the glass doors of a Dubai mall and straight into the jewelry store. In under 3 minutes, masked thieves swept up millions in diamonds and disappeared into the night. It played out like a high-fashion spectacle, but behind the glamour operated a Balkan-born heist network, the Pink Panthers. This is the story of a heist that turned thieves into legends. In March 2007, Dubai International Airport pulsed with the usual mix. Locals returning home, business travelers arriving on appointments, and tourists drawn to Dubai's luxury. Moving through this crowd was a young woman who seemed no different from the rest. This was Bojana 26, born and raised in southern Serbia. People describe her as polite, reserved, easy adaptable, already undercover the moment she crossed the terminal. Milan Lipoja is 32, also from southern Serbia, sharp-eyed and fluent in several languages. They looked like wealthy tourists who didn't know where to spend their money, but in reality, they had come to steal. Graf was one of the most exclusive jewelry stores in Dubai, a place where the wealthiest clients purchased rare diamonds and luxury jewelry. And its boutique inside Wafi Mall made it an especially attractive target. Set in an older part of the city, Wafi Mall stood in a district with noticeably lighter surveillance than newer, tightly controlled areas. Bojana rents an apartment nearby, and they spend days studying the mall, watching its layout, security, traffic patterns, and noting which entrances stayed exposed the longest. Bojana visits the Graf boutique posing as a wealthy customer. The staff are eager to assist her, unaware of what she's actually planning. She pinpoints exactly which pieces are worth taking, memorizes their exact location, and studies the staff and the cameras. In the Dubai operation, the team included multiple members, all of them part of Pink Panthers, each assigned specific functional roles. They determined the best moment to strike, just before closing, when few shoppers remain and the risk of anyone getting harmed is lowest. The Panthers used fake guns to ensure no one would be hurt and to prevent the crime from escalating into an art offense, the kind that would trigger far tougher charges and immediate Interpol attention. They chose their getaway cars with intent, relying on 2 stolen Audi S8 sedans. The Panthers aimed to match Dubai's own excess, and these cars made it the perfect visual statement. At the same time, the car's powerful V8 and quattro traction offered the speed and control needed for a clean escape. One of the vehicles was reportedly taken just hours before the job in Abu Dhabi, where the model was easier to find than in Dubai. Piece by piece, their plan took shape, and when every part of the puzzle was finally in place, it was time to begin the job. left the highway and stopped in a dark, empty patch of desert near the royal palace. There, they abandoned the cars and set them on fire. Then they switched to a third vehicle, went straight to the airport, flew out to France, and from there continued on to Serbia, leaving their trail closed and almost impossible to follow. The heist lasted less than 3 minutes. It was a humiliating moment for Dubai authorities. Units converged on the scene, led by the chief of police. The investigation quickly became highly public, and the authorities pushed hard to restore their reputation. The cars were eventually located, and one of them hadn't fully burned, allowing key forensic evidence to survive. It became clear that it was not a standalone crime, but the work of a transnational network tied to the Pink Panthers. The scale and boldness of the heist left local authorities with no choice. They turned to Interpol, and the hunt went global. DNA from the getaway cars linked the Dubai heist to Milan Lipoya, who was already wanted in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. He was arrested within a year after the job. In the years that followed, closer coordination between European police forces and Interpol led to dozens of further arrests, and by the mid-2010s, more than 200 suspected members had been detained worldwide. Despite this sweeping crackdown, Bojana Mitic remains at large. A red notice exists, but her trail has gone cold, likely back in Serbia, where extradition is complicated. Many observers now regard the Wafimont job as one of the most spectacular jewel heists of the modern era. Despite the damage they caused, the operation in Dubai cemented the Pink Panthers' reputation not only as criminals, but as enduring figures of underworld legend.